We are back with another monthly wrap-up of some of the weird, bizarre, and even scary news to come out of Japan over the last month. So, what happened over the last month or so? Let's take a look. Number 1. Early October, this photo made the news and had everyone talking. What on earth was it? You can see what appear to be 8 pillars of light in the sky above Hakodate in Hokkaido, and it was taken on August 22nd this year by the Hakodate Onuma Segway Tour Company. You can see what looks like pillars of light looking south from Onuma. What on earth are they? This is the first time we've seen anything like this. Does anyone know what they are? Some joked that they were lights from Evangelion, or perhaps the Sword of Light from Yu-Gi-Oh! Of course, the actual answer was a little less fantastical, but still interesting. According to a meteorologist from Japan's Meteorological Research Institute, these pillars of light are known as fishing fire light pillars. It's a phenomenon that occurs when fishing boats light fires out at sea, and the light reflects off the icy clouds above. When the ice is parallel to the horizon, then the light reflects directly up, making it look like pillars in the sky. Pretty neat, huh? Number 2. On the night of October 13th, a gym owner in Kagawa noticed something a little strange on his security cameras. At around 10 PM, a group of 4 were seen nervously entering the gym through the front door and making their way straight towards the punching bags. One of the men then started punching the bag and was joined shortly thereafter by another. The others then filmed them and all appeared to be having a jolly good time. The group punched the punching bags for several minutes and then left. That was it. They didn't damage anything, they didn't take anything, they simply punched the bags for a few minutes while filming themselves and then left the same way they came in. The group as yet haven't been identified, but the owner surmised that they were likely just drunk and broke in to mess around a little before leaving. It was probably something like an adventure for them, he said. No punching bags were harmed during their little excursion. Number 3. In news that even made the international rounds this month, at around 2:30 PM on October 12th, police received a call from an employee at Universal Studios Japan with some rather surprising news. We've found what appear to be human bones on the park grounds. The employee discovered what appeared to be a human skull and teeth in some shrubbery on a road to the west of the park, although, at a glance, it was impossible to tell whether the bones came from a man or woman, adult or child. But judging from the size, they likely came from an adult. Several days later, an autopsy identified the bones as belonging to an unidentified man in the 60 to 80-year-old range who was likely around 158 centimeters tall. No damage was found to the bones, and so the cause of death also remains unknown. Black trousers and a belt were also discovered at the scene, but as of yet, the identity of the person, how they died, and how they got there still remains unknown. Number 4. It came to light this month that some, interesting graffiti was discovered on the site of a former artillery battery in Wakayama. Yes, that's Boo from the Mario series with 420 in red beside it. The Miyama gun battery was built during the Meiji era to protect the area from foreign gunships, and these days the remains are designated a national property. It's managed by the Kinki Regional Environment Office, and on the morning of August 24th, they discovered the unfortunate new additions to a site of historical value. They reportedly found graffiti in 9 different locations, and on October 17th, they officially filed a complaint with the Wakayama North Police Station for destruction of property. Police are now investigating who might have defiled the national property. Number 5. Early this year, heavy snowfall caused the head of a large Kokeshi doll in Miyagi Prefecture to fall off its body, leaving the poor symbol of the Kokeshi production area headless. The statue, located in the famous Naruko Hot Spring district, was 6 meters tall and one of a pair that stood outside the Iwashita Kokeshi Museum. The head alone is roughly 2 meters, but sadly, with COVID wreaking havoc on tourism in Japan, the owners have been unable to fix the broken statue, leaving it headless for most of this year. Well, not anymore. It was estimated that it would cost roughly over 2 million yen to repair the giant statue, and naturally, the owners didn't just have that kind of cash lying around. Visitors suggested that they try crowdfunding to fix the broken statue, a symbol of the area, and so they decided to give it a try. And it worked. People happily donated to fix the broken Kokeshi doll, and by October 17th, 190 people had donated the near 2 million yen required to fix it. No longer will the giant Kokeshi stand headless, and the community gets its symbol back. Number 6. On October 25th, a man was arrested for attempting to kill the owner of a convenience store in Ota City, Gunma Prefecture. And why was he trying to kill this man? Well, it all happened over a coffee. The suspect, a 60-year-old contract employee from the city, visited the convenience store on the morning of the 25th and ordered a black coffee from the machines where you pour your own drink. The problem, however, was that the man actually made a cafe latte, not a cheaper black coffee. Coffee only costs 110 yen, while latte costs 180 yen, a 70 yen difference. The 74-year-old store owner soon noticed and pointed this out, and the man excused himself to go to the toilet, but instead ran off with his latte. The owner gave chase and was dragged several hundred meters as the man tried to flee in his car. The man reportedly drove erratically, trying to get the man off, and eventually the owner hit the road and sustained serious head injuries. Security footage from the store eventually led to the 60-year-old man's arrest, all because he didn't want to pay an extra 70 yen for a latte. Number 7. Ever wanted to take a taxi ride with Sadako? Well, now you can. To celebrate the release of the upcoming Sadako DX movie, S-Ride, an app you can use to hail taxis, is doing a special Sadako collaboration in Tokyo. You have to specifically request the Sadako service, but if you do, she'll appear on your phone to keep you company as you wait, and then appears inside the taxi as well. Sort of. The Sadako taxis are immediately identifiable thanks to, Sadako looking like she's about to jump out the window. She also appears on a monitor in the back seat for a terrifying AR experience, and a cute safety video. Because, let's be real, Sadako loves her cute stuff these days. The Sadako taxis will run until November 16th. Number 8. As an Australian, this next piece of news isn't exactly surprising to me, but it's still not something that you see a lot of in Japan. Around 4 PM on October 2nd, a 40-year-old man living on a second-floor apartment in Saza City, Nagasaki Prefecture, found quite a surprise when he went to the toilet. A 1.6-meter-long Brazilian rainbow boa snake. Upon seeing the giant snake where he was about to do his business, he suddenly lost the urge and closed the lid again. Smart man. A specialist came out to remove the snake, and being that giant exotic snakes like this aren't exactly common in city apartments, they figured it must belong to someone in the area. They were right. Turned out the snake belonged to a man living on the first floor, who, on October 1st, managed to lose the snake while he was cleaning its cage. It snuck into the toilet and then disappeared in a small space between the toilet and wall. It's thought it then climbed the plumbing to the second floor and settled in the unfortunate man's toilet. The snake has since been returned to its apologetic owner, who has promised to learn more about snake keeping, so nobody else gets a nasty surprise when they go to do their business one day. Number 9. On September 23rd, a Twitter user posted a photo of, a rather horrifying public phone. Although they're not as common as they used to be, you can still find them in various places around Japan, although this one stood out for being especially creepy. The booth is surrounded by guardrails and weeds inside, and only inside, growing high enough to reach roughly hip height on an adult. This has to connect to another world, no doubt about it, the Twitter user posted. Turns out this phone is somewhere in Tochigi Prefecture, although the Twitter user refused to specify where. He found it from information given to him by an outside source, as he enjoys visiting creepy spots such as this. It was located just off a main road with no lights in sight, other than the one in the booth. There were no signs of use, however, as spider webs covered most of it and, as you can see, the grass has grown rather high. Why there's a guardrail around the phone, and the phone alone, remains unknown, but the simplest answer is probably just to protect it from the nearby road. Still, hard to deny it's pretty creepy. Number 10. And to end this month's strange news, on October 24th, a 45-year-old man in Kochi City, Kochi Prefecture, was arrested for robbing a post office. And what did he steal? 3 yen. Yes, you heard correctly. 3 yen. That's about 3 cents. The man entered the post office around 3:30 p.m. and then said, "Give me 3 yen or I'll hit you." He tried to take the money but was unsuccessful and fled when staff set off the security buzzer. For whatever reason, he returned to the area and was arrested by police only 20 minutes later. When asked why he attempted to steal a measly 3 yen, he told officers that he wanted to buy a 63 yen postcard, but he only had 60 yen on him. Police are still investigating whether it's worth charging the man over attempting to steal 3 yen or not. And that's just some of the weird, bizarre, terrifying, and also kind of funny news that came out of Japan last month. But what about you guys? Hear of anything odd or terrifying? Weird or funny? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you again next time.